Welcome. In today's video, we are going to show you how to clean, prepare and prime this old Chromadeck sheet using Marley M11 Ultra so that it looks like this. To paint our old Chromadeck sheet, we will use the following primer, paint and tools. Marley water-based zinc phosphate primer, Marley M11 Ultra multi-surface paint in misty grey, a scoring pad, a paint mixer or paddle to ensure that all ingredients of the paint is well mixed. As with any paint, the ingredients often separate when the paint has been standing in the tin for a long time. Next up, block brushes to apply the paint. But I do want to mention that both our primer and M11 Ultra can be applied by means of spraying. Then clean paint trays and either a galvanized cleaner or a good general purpose cleaner. A drop sheet to catch any paint droplets. Here we used Marley's Econo undertile membrane as it is waterproof. Last but not least, water to clean and rinse the sheet. Because we are only doing a demonstration, we are using a few buckets of water, but a pressure washer would be ideal to use on large surfaces like a sheeted roof. Because the sheet was covered in dust, we first started with a quick rinse off. Notice how the water breaks into rivulets and leaves water beads on the surface. This means that the surface has contaminants that could interfere with the paint adhesion. Therefore, this sheet must first be cleaned with a few sprays of a good general purpose cleaner and then scrubbed with a scoring pad to get a water break-free surface. To learn what water break-free is, please watch our previous video, How to Paint New Galvanized Sheets, where we cover in a bit more depth what water break-free is and what to watch for. Do you notice how the water is now flowing more evenly, like a continuous unbroken sheet? This is a good sign that our sheet is now clean. Though this sheet appears to be in a pretty good condition, we did find a few scratches on the surface, which means that we need to spot prime the exposed metal parts to prevent corrosion. Even if we did apply just the top coat, corrosion could still take place underneath the paint, causing corrosion blisters or a complete paint adhesion failure with rust underneath. As a first step, we need to stir the primer to ensure everything is well mixed. Then pour the amount you need into the paint tray. Always wet brushes before painting to ensure that the paint loads evenly onto the brush, taking care to squeeze out as much water so that you have a damp, not waterlogged brush. Don't overload the brush with paint. Load just enough for a few even strokes, as it is better to rather apply a second coat of primer once the first coat is dry. This will ensure that your primer dries well and even, and if you find that the first coat did not cover all the exposed metal bits, the second coat will ensure that you have truly covered everything. Because we painted two projects on the same day, using the M11 Ultra and Misty Grey as our top coat, we covered our brushes and tray in between painting to ensure they do not dry out and to prevent the paint from forming a skin and getting soiled with debris. As you can see, our brush and our paint was fine to proceed with our first coat. After 4 hours drying time, we proceeded with our first coat of Marley M11 Ultra in Misty Grey. For our application, we used the block brush, applying the first coat with a light hand and long brush strokes to ensure an even, well-spread coat. Because this sheet has parts that are well concealed, we turned the brush on its side to ensure that we got the paint well into the grooves of this sheet, covering all the nooks and crannies. With the first coat done, we left the sheet to dry for 4 hours. After drying, we proceeded with the second and last coat, once again with long brush strokes and tilting the brush to cover the deep grooves. Well into the afternoon, we left the sheet to dry overnight. The next morning, we did our quick adhesion test. First, a straightforward masking tape rip test. As you can see, no paint lifted. Next, our DIY crosshatch test. Using a sharp object, I scratched vertical and horizontal lines into the sheet to create a crosshatch pattern. A quick wipe and then pressing down a new film of tape, followed by another rip. Once again, no paint has lifted, meaning that our paint system has excellent adhesion. To learn more about our paint and primer products, you can visit our website at www.marleyroofing.co.za or simply type in Marley Paints in the Google search bar. Scroll until you can find an access point to our website. In this case, it brought us to the All Products page, but should you land on any other page, you can simply go to the main menu bar, click on All Products, and you can scroll through to the product of choice, or you can click on the sidebar, search under Paints and Primers, click Marley M11 Ultra, click through to the page. On the page, you'll see some information and access buttons to quick information. You click under Technical Information. This will provide you with spread rates, application, cleaning, drying times. Colors, you can scroll through to view. Downloads, we have got 2 brochures, the technical data sheet and material safety data sheet. And when you're ready, click on the Contact Us button, where you'll find our national telephone number. You can email us or click to find a branch. You can see that we've got a branch in Cape Town, Ekandustrial, George, KZN, Bloemfontein, East London, Nelspruit, Olifantsfontein and Polokwane. So until the next time, keep on scrolling and keep on discovering Marley Roofing.